Hey everybody. So this is my first official vlog for my YouTube channel, and I thought it was only appropriate that I kind of give you a little background on who I am, where I came from, and how I got to where I am today. So I'll start off by saying that my name is Doug Boyd. I own a business called Artfully Rogue. It is here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I do custom metalwork, custom woodwork, any projects that people say, hey, can you make this? And I can't say that I have a particular style, but I really enjoy industrial, rustic, things that have some character to them. I started being creative at a very young age. And for some reason, I wanted to be a clown with Ringling Brothers Circus. So when I graduated high school, I was fortunate enough that the circus came through town. I auditioned, and not long after that I graduated high school and was accepted into the Ringling Brothers Clown College in Venice, Florida. That was a 10.5-week course, which, believe it or not, they had classes like mime, pie throwing, slaps and falls, stilts, juggling, unicycling, you name it, anything that you could imagine a clown doing, that's what we did. At the end of the 10.5 weeks, I was very fortunate to get a contract to actually go on tour with Ringling Brothers Circus, and I was a clown on the road for 3 years. This picture here is of myself and my mom visiting whenever I was out on the road. I left the road as a clown, and I went to Japan as an instructor for the Japan version of Ringling Brothers Clown College. They had gone out there for a short term. And when I came back, there was a tour of the American Gladiators that the owner of the circus had taken on, so I had gone on that. I had gone out as a head rigger, as the contender trainee, and as the show referee. Now this was different than the American Gladiators that was on TV. Same group, just this was the live tour. In Yakima, Washington, one of the last cities that we went to, I took a 50-foot fall and kind of messed up my neck a bit, and obviously I'm still here, but I kind of went a different direction. I got out of performing and I went towards management, and at the time there was a position for assistant performance director on the show, which I accepted and took. And shortly thereafter I transferred to another show as company manager, and in a very short time, almost the day after I arrived, I was offered the position of general manager. I stayed general manager for almost 5 years. Ringling has 2 different traveling units at the time, and so I was started on the blue unit, and I transferred to the red unit, and by that time I had started a family and had 2 kids and my wife, and we decided it was time to stop traveling. So we went out to Las Vegas, and my brother-in-law was doing rigging over at the MGM Grand, and so I started working at the MGM Grand and became, enthralled with doing rigging and, working for concerts, and, just I'd punch a clock and I'd do the job and I'd go home. It was pretty stress-free. Then in 2001, 9/11 happened. And as I'm sure everybody's aware, that was a pretty devastating day and moment in a lot of people's lives. Vegas took a huge hit from the standpoint that nobody wanted to fly to Vegas anymore, which means no more conventions, no more concerts, no more work. So work died. My wife at the time and I decided we're leaving Vegas. We're hitting the road again. So we sold everything in our house, we bought a motor home, and we hit the road. A lot of stuff happened in between, but we ended up in a little town called Sedona, Arizona. And by that time I had kind of started growing my hair long and just kind of really getting into more of the hippie lifestyle and just loving life. No responsibilities. You know, we did some traveling, and probably 6 months or so into living in Sedona, we found a 40-foot Bluebird school bus, which we completely remodeled and had it legally classified as an RV. And for almost 5 years, we lived in the bus at this RV park. I did all the maintenance at the park, which meant that we stayed for free. And to make a little extra cash on the side, I opened up Doug's Tiki Bar and Grill, which was kind of an undercover bar and grill. Hot dogs, hamburgers, you know, drinks. And that was a lot of fun. But again, I get a little bit restless if I'm not working and traveling and doing things to kind of broaden my horizons. So at the 5-year mark, I decided, hey, you know what? I think I might try to go travel again, and we're going to go look for another job somewhere else. A friend of mine happened to be working at a new show that was being put together in Las Vegas with Cirque du Soleil. So fortunately, I was able to grab a position on a show that was taking over the old Siegfried and Roy building, and it was the show Love at the Mirage with Cirque du Soleil. So I worked there in the creation process of that, through the rehearsal process, and then almost up to a year of actually the show. And left Vegas again, went back to Sedona, and we stayed out there where I jumped into doing Jeep tours and, you know, just kind of doing whatever we did. Eventually went back to Las Vegas, worked back at Love, again as a rigger. And they had a program that started up that was wanting to build within and bring managers up into the Cirque du Soleil environment. So got involved in this management program and eventually took over a position as the head rigger at Love. That led to another management position at a show called Zoomanity, which is also Cirque du Soleil. It plays at the New York, and I became technical director. So somehow, you know, I wound back up in management, which is exactly where I was trying to get away from when I left Ringling. So I left Vegas and ended up coming back out here to the Phoenix area, where I started a handyman business, and eventually had a very close friend of mine who believed in my artistic talents and helped me get my foot in the door into this shop. And so this is where I've been for the last year and a half now, is in my shop. I've pretty much stopped doing a lot of the handyman home repair type business, and all I do now is just custom work. So from custom doors to custom desk, or, you know, whatever people want, something that keeps it fresh. So I like the variety. I like the change. I wake up in the morning and I've got you know, something new to do every day. I'm my own boss. So, you know, that's me. That's my shop. That's where I came from. I think a lot of my creativity came through that process of evolution in my life, from being a clown to going through management. Working in the entertainment business, you have to think on your toes. You have a lot of times where you're put into situations where show's about to start, something breaks, you have to fix it, you have to get it out onto the show floor. And you don't want the audience to see that there was a problem. You want it to be flawless and seamless and whatnot. So being in those types of environment for a large part of my life has given me this ability to kind of see things in a different view. So when someone says, oh, I don't know if this can be done, I'm always trying to find a way for it to be done. Or change the way it's done, or improve the way it's done. And I think that's what the creative mind does. So those of you who are out there who have that creative mind, that maker mentality, you know what I'm talking about. But that's kind of where I came from. That's the life that I've had, and I continue to try to have an exciting life and to do things differently and to view things differently. It's all about being happy. It's all about challenging yourself. And if you're not being challenged and you're not happy, then you need to start making some different decisions. You know, life's too short not to be happy, and that's what it's about. Let's be happy. Let's make some stuff. Let's be creative. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask me about my past or what I've got going on in the future, feel free. Make some comments down at the bottom. Get your friends and family to subscribe, and give me a thumbs up for the video if you liked it, and stay tuned for a lot more videos. I want to try to do some how-to videos, also some project videos, then obviously the vlogs, things that kind of pop in my mind that I want to talk about. And the more you communicate with me, the more I can communicate with you. The more questions you have, the more answers I can give, or at least do my very best to give you the answers that I have. Hey, look forward to seeing you here in the future. Oh, and one of the things that I like to do to kind of get in the mood for my creativity is I like craft beer. And so one of the things that today I'm drinking a Murphy's Red Ale. I love this stuff. This is really great. So like during my vlogs, I am going to tell you about a new beer that's out there that I'm drinking, and just kind of working with. This is my partner in the shop. So take it easy.